Welcome to the Speak by Design podcast, where we study personal style, message structure, and message strategy so you can become a consistently compelling force. Let's dig in. Yesterday was awful. Let's imagine. It just doesn't matter. Today's a new day. Every day is an opportunity for a fresh start. And sometimes we think that first impression, oh my goodness, I did the wrong thing. They're never going to forget that. Well, they probably will remember their first impression, but they also remember their most recent encounter with you. So if yesterday was awful, today you can go reach out or meet with them and give yourself a fresh start. So that's what we're going to focus on today. How can you have a fresh start? Now, some of you might say, oh, I need a whole campaign around this. I need to rebuild my reputation. It starts with today, and today is that fresh start for you. I have 6 takeaways from today's discussion, and I'm going to give them to you up front so you look for them. So the 6 things are: first, tip number 1 is get yourself in the mood for this. Get yourself excited about the new you, the new version. Second, get the first 30 words out of your mouth with that person or that audience in the right place. Set the tone in those first 30-ish words. Now, I say 30 words because that's going to be the first 90 seconds out of your mouth. Let's nail that. Third, dress differently. That could be elevating your style. That could be popping more color, creating more interest, layering, getting a haircut, finding a new object to bring into live meetings, using props more, but something that visually changes on you. Fourth, open up. And that is both physically opening up the body, because likely you are touching your face, holding your arms, crossing your arms, fidgeting, because you have felt evaluated. You have felt small. And we're going to get big and open up, but also opening up personally. How can you share more of who you are so people see the real you, the right you? And then the last thing I want to share are the 3 M's: match, mirror, and make it meaningful. In 1 second, people evaluate confidence, competence, and capabilities. In 1 second, how do we do that? We do that to one another through our eyes, what we see, and our ears, what we hear. And we make those judgments so fast, which is why when we're trying to have a fresh start, we should use that to our advantage. Can you dial up your warmth today? Confidence without warmth is very suspicious to people. It slows down the speed of trust. If someone's ultra confident but very stern and cool, we don't know if they like us, and we create distance with that person. So can you dial up your warmth and friendliness? If you think it's already too high, maybe you need to go in the opposite direction. But most often, caring more pays off a higher dividend faster. And then think about what you could play with. Could you be more open or closed? Could you be more charismatic? Could you be more outgoing, kinder, more intelligent with your remarks, more powerful with your body language, more engaging in your line of questioning and curiosity, more professional, or would being more casual help you? I will share a few things on this dressing part of being more professional or casual, and then speaking more professionally or casually. If you think you need to dial up your formality in your attire, That would be layering your clothing, wearing a dress shirt, ironing your clothes so they're really well pressed, looking more put together, which gives the impression that you really care. You care about the work that you're doing, how you're coming across, that you care about your audience and you respect your audiences. Now, if you think, though, oh, no, no, I'm more formal than everybody else, then you need to do something more creative. Like on Friday when it's relaxed, wear a colorful jersey for an upcoming sporting game that's getting a lot of coverage on the upcoming weekend, or wear some really interesting earrings so that somebody asks you, where did you get those? And you can tell the story. And that's being more playful and creative to get conversation started in a new direction. Clothing is low-hanging fruit when you are looking to create a fresh start. Now, professionally and casually, I can sound more professional immediately just by enunciating more clearly, by opening my mouth, completing my words, and not over smiling and not saying gonna, wanna, shoulda, actually saying going to, can you, can't you, instead of can't ya, won't ya, don't ya. That over enunciation gives the impression of being more organized. We associate clear enunciation with people who are precise, disciplined, and organized. When your enunciation is sloppy, we assume that you are casual, friendly, relaxed, low maintenance, and the very negative assumptions someone might make are that you don't care and that you are disorganized and maybe lazy. That is a very negative perspective on poor enunciation. The scariest part about poor enunciation is that people might not understand what you're saying. That's the biggest problem. But ask yourself, should I play with being more professional or more casual? And professional being more formal. Well, what on earth are these three M's: matching, mirroring, and make it meaningful? So, by matching, that is matching how much you're talking with how much they're talking. Can you match your level of airtime with theirs? If you are dominating all the time, they are likely feeling unheard, undervalued, and maybe they think you are rambling. So, stop talking. And then on the other end of it, maybe they think you are not showing up and leaning in if you are not matching their enthusiasm. So share as much as they share. If they're sharing personally, you share personally. If they're not, you don't have to. Maybe plant a few seeds about yourself personally to see if they jump on them. And if they start to grow in interest for them to want to talk about your life outside of the work, but maybe they don't want to. And when you are oversharing, and which happens, sometimes you'll notice, oh, I've been talking too much. Pause and ask a question. That helps get the attention back on the other person. And if they don't share much, ask another question. Sometimes people need the encouragement of multiple questions. Then that for mirroring, it is to mirror their tone. So that could be mirroring their breathing, their pace, their vocal quality to some degree. Let's say I'm speaking to a man with a very deep voice. I'm never going to be able to match his pitch, but I can match his volume. So if the person's voice is pitched very differently than yours, aim to match their pacing and their volume. What is volume? That's the loudness. Just like you were dialing yourself up to be really loud or making yourself very quiet. Match and mirror their style. Then make it meaningful. Don't go into a small talk autopilot on the weather and your travels. Travels might be interesting to people, but see how interesting you can make your small talk. Maybe you're asking them, a question about when were they most satisfied by the work, or what was a highlight of their day yesterday, or what's something that they did this morning that nobody knows they did. Questions like that get the conversation in a new direction and are things no one has asked them, are the types of meaningful conversation that will be remembered and help you create that fresh start with this person. But let's step back into your attitude, because you've got to get yourself in the mood to make a fresh start. You can't force it. So if, let's say, I'm really struggling with my leadership, they are not listening to me, and we're not in sync with our communication. Everything feels haphazard and chaotic and reactive, and I'm not enjoying speaking to my leadership. And maybe that's one person, maybe it's a few people. Well, I'm looking at it very negatively, aren't I? Can I look at it differently? Can I fix my mindset? So here's a different way I could look at that is my leader is exactly who she or he needs to be. That is my leader. How can I adjust myself and learn and grow from adapting to their preferences? Yes, I have preferences, and yes, I actually think I'm right. But maybe for the time being, I need to adapt so that we can both be successful. Maybe I can also use encouraging statements like, nothing has gone wrong with this leadership. Everything is falling into place. It is taking more patience from me, but I have more patience. I can access more patience right now. And I will give that to myself. And I will stop telling myself that I don't have time for this, that there's not enough time to do everything, and that we're not going to meet the deadline and this is impossible. I'm going to say it's not possible in the time frame we thought. We will do less, and we will lengthen the timeline, and we will have a positive outcome. And I can nurture that new positive thinking within myself, and it will start to grow and flourish and come out of my interactions in the moment with my leadership. But we have to fix the inner voices and find a more nurturing way of looking at this with ourselves and create more patience so that the attitude we display is genuinely better, not faked, not manipulated. You genuinely are more at peace. You're not happy, maybe, but you're not angry, bitter, resentful, fearful, anxious, confused, and overwhelmed. There is no way you can communicate effectively when you are in that emotional state and dealing with those emotions. But if you can get to a better emotional state, this fresh start is going to be so easy. You can do it today. And now set a clear vision for how you're going to behave this day. I want people to see me as open. I want people to see me as outgoing and kind, professional, engaging, and powerful, and intelligent. And I'm going to believe that I am fascinating, that you, my leader, and I are very similar. And I appreciate you. I am learning from you. You can learn from me, certainly, but I am also learning from you. You've been very successful to date. There is something I meant to learn from you. We were put in each other's paths for a reason. All of those are nurturing thoughts to put into your head and pulse around in your body so that you can find a better vocal style, better gestures, more open gestures, more meaningful, compassionate eye contact, and they will fall into place. Look at the questions that you're asking. Do they have an accusatory tone? Is there a way to put a tone to those questions that is truly lightweight, appreciative, and more about the real situation and less about the drama and story and panic and anxiety that you have had in the past around these topics. Soften the face, warm up the eyes. You know, when you talk to someone who is very spiritual, they have that look in their eyes that is faith-based. I think you can just tell when somebody is spiritual because of the way they look at you and how warm and open and good it feels. Bring that kind of eye contact into your interactions. It's going to calm you down. And if you don't know how to do that, you need to get in front of the mirror and look at yourself and pretend you're giving a status update or asking the bold question you need to ask. Like, here's a bold question: how could we get back on track? I know you can't see my face, but you could hear my voice and how compassionate that is and how patient it sounds. But that's because I want you to feel my compassion and my patience. And I want you to feel comfortable telling me, I don't know. I don't know how to get back on track. And I'll say, I don't know either. Let's brainstorm. Surely we can find a few ideas and something we could begin experimenting with after this meeting. And that already calms people down. Now, the first 30 words in a meeting, those first 30 words might be, the purpose of our discussion today is to look at the work plan. I know we have other things we need to talk about. Let's constrain our focus to only looking at the work plan for the next 20 minutes. And then we'll save the latter 10 for anything else you want to discuss. Does that work? That right there focuses us, but it also leaves an opening for flexibility and dialogue. And maybe 20 minutes is not what I shouldn't do 20 minutes and 10. Maybe I say 10 minutes, give me 10 minutes and the rest of the time is yours. But already just a different approach to a meeting where usually I come in with an agenda or usually I come in just waiting for my leader to derail me. Here I'm coming in and I'm guiding and I'm simplifying. As part of your fresh start, ask yourself, how can I make this simple, clearer, and more fun? Because when it's more fun for you, it will always be more fun for them. When it's simpler to you, it's easier for them. When it's clearer to you, it's clearer to them. And we need clarity. There's a human desire, and I've seen it in other people. I've even seen it in myself, where you desire to make something look more complicated so that it is better respected. Your expertise is better respected, but that never works. It is so much better if you can make it simple and clear, because then the person understands, wow, this person must really be an expert because they've been able to clarify it to such an extent that everybody understands. Ask yourself, am I being clear? Are my first 30 words when I give a status update or make a business case, am I confusing people in an effort to show how complicated and hard I'm working? Am I turning people off? Often we are turning people off because we are rambling. We are circular in our speaking. A person told me today that their leader, every time he opens their mouth, he goes around and around in circles and there's nothing of value. How can she listen to him when she has this belief about him? So we had to work on a shift right there, that he has a different style, but there is something of value. And that she's going to get more curious about finding, what is he really saying? So that she listens to him instead of tuning out, because she's tuning out every time he opens his mouth. So here's, for a fresh start, a few rules for you. Today, if this is your fresh start, don't bring up all the mistakes of the past. Don't focus on the past. Don't focus on the setbacks. Don't criticize the person that you're talking about. Don't criticize their team. Don't criticize the work. no criticism. Don't bring up what other people are saying that is bad press, the gossip or the rumors other people are sharing. Don't use negative language or chaotic language. So the negative language would be, we're failing, this is miserable, this is devastating, I'm so ashamed of this, I'm embarrassed. That's the negative language. I'm overwhelmed, I'm confused. All of that we want to avoid. So the types of questions you want to ask are, what are we passionate about? What do we want to see? What is possible? What was your highest moment on this project, or the highest moment of the week? Get them talking about the good. What have they liked? What have they learned? And then while you're listening, listen in stillness with compassionate eye contact and open body language, gentle nodding, not excessive, eager, anxious nodding, slow, delayed head nodding. uh, be comfortable smiling, showing your teeth, and giving some facial expressions. Amplify their words. Ask probing questions. Oh, really? Even something like that. Oh, really? Oh, tell me more about that. So when did that happen? And use their words that they said maybe a minute prior to wherever you are in the conversation, because then they know you're really listening to them. And that when people feel heard, they behave so differently with you. It's very attractive to people to be with a person who actually listens. So go be that person today. Today is your fresh start. You're coming in, you're in the mood, you're open, you're ready to mirror, match, and make it meaningful for them. You're going to show different emotions because you feel different emotions inside. You have more patience, more acceptance, more love for this person and these people. And it's going to come across in your body language and voice. It's going to be a great day. All right. Have a wonderful day. I look forward to the next time. If you are enjoying all of these lessons, but now you're hungering to turn all of this into skills and habits that make this work intuitive and natural so that you don't have to think about it, then you want to join Speak by Design University. That's our coaching program that gives you private coaching, group coaching with me, group training, self-paced learning, as well as exceptional networking with other people like you. This program is for managers and above, people whose careers are on fire and they're looking to hit their next level, and they want to do that sooner rather than later. Check it out at speakbydesign.com/join. That's speakbydesign.com/join, and you can start with us at the 1st of next month. We hope to see you there.